Excuse me. Excuse me, sir. Hello, I'm Officer Connell with Whitehall, okay? Yes. I'm going to need to detain you for a second, okay?
For what?
Okay, listen, you're going to be detained under investigation. Do not do that.
Okay.
Do not do that.
I'm trying to put my phone away.
Okay, well, do not do that. We're not going to do that. I will absolutely talk to you about it, but you're going to get detained first. I would love to talk to you about it, okay?
$75 detained.
I would rather do this more privately than standing out here in the front, okay? Come this way with me, please.
Do you have any weapons on you, sir?
No. Knives, guns, drugs, bombs, anything like that?
No.
We're going to go to the right, please. Go ahead and have a seat, please. All right. You're detained as of right now. You are not under arrest. You are under investigation. Although you are only detained and not under arrest, I'm still going to read you your Miranda rights because I would like to speak to you about what's going on. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him or her present with you while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questioning if you wish. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights, not answer any questions or make any statements. Do you understand your rights? Okay. So, I would like to speak to you about what happened back into the toys section. Okay, we're getting a complaint that you had inappropriately touched a person back there in the toys section.
I haven't touched anybody anywhere in the store.
You didn't get close to somebody and brush up against their frontal chest?
No, not at all.
What about you recording people? Okay, so the cameras here at Walmart are pretty good, okay? So, over in the card section, you had the video recording going on your phone. They were able to zoom in close to you. And you were recording. Why? Who were you recording?
Nobody.
Just randomly recording.
Do you care to show us the recordings?
No, I don't. I need to go through the proper channels and everything like that.
Okay. What's your social?
I don't remember.
What's your first name?
Daniel.
Daniel. Okay. Would you go ahead and slide all the way in for me, please?
Am I being arrested?
Not right now. You're being detained. Yep. I'll let you know when you're arrested officially.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I have?
Okay.
So he was back in the toy section, and I'm trying to get it on camera. A juvenile came up and advised that he came up and came across her chest and was inappropriately touching her as he was passing by. He had the entire aisle. There was no reason to be close to her and come up against her. Then, as we're watching him, he's recording other girls. So he's standing there, and you can see he's like recording different girls as they're sitting there. As we detained him, his phone was on record and currently recording. But he won't show us recording. He won't do anything like that. I'm going to go get an official statement from the girl, identify her.
I don't think the adults were. You should ask these guys. I would. Being an adult sex offender probably has, depending on what his conviction is, obviously he probably has some kind of restrictions. And I bet if you called his parole officer and said, "Hey, he just after you watch the video, and say, hey, he just brushed up against a juvenile's breasts and or whatever that might be."
I wouldn't mind.
Almost wonder if they would.
Can we seize his phone for a search warrant?
I think that you could probably get to the elements of that depending on what you see whatever, Nalia and them.
Well, I watched for myself as he was recording these girls.
Just recording in and of itself, obviously.
I know, because it's in a public place, but it's the...
But if it looks like he's recording as he gropes that juvenile, depending on what that is...
That part I don't
I think
know.
you would have to look at the video and try to watch that and see if there's anything of it. See what the girl says. If she says like he had his phone out and he's going like this and then gropes her or something like that, then I think that there would be reason to believe that potentially the evidence
on
of
the
him
phone.
recording that would. But just walking around recording,
I get it.
you're still in a First Amendment thing.
Oh, sorry about that. There's a lot of moving parts with this. Okay, can you tell me what happened in your own words?
Yeah, so I was just in the aisle, and she was right in the aisle right next to me. So the other aisle. Yeah, she was in the aisle right next to me, and it was just me in that one aisle. And I just went to go do something for 3 seconds. I was by her side the whole time, but as soon as I left her side for like 3 seconds, he approaches me and he goes like, he had the whole aisle on his all empty, and he goes, "That right next to me." I just backed up, and then he had something else in his hand, and he just kept walking. I was like,
Which hand did he touch you with?
he didn't touch me. I backed away so he couldn't. Like, I backed away too quickly, and he was about to. I just went like that, and he just kept walking.
Whatever that thing in his hand was, he put it behind her.
Yeah.
Bad.
And I don't know what it was, and I thought, for a second I thought it was,
So the hand that he was holding the black item with was behind your back.
yeah, he just went that. And I backed away. And then I was like, I thought for a second it was like
Where about was his hand on your body?
like back on, like right back here.
Okay.
And he, to be fair, he didn't actually touch her. What she said.
If he did touch me
Too close for
but
comfort.
like I just went like that.
How close was he?
He was like at least like that. He just and barely. If he moved like 1 centimeter over, he was,
So if you wouldn't have moved, he would have touched you, but you moved in time because you
yeah.
observed him getting too close, or okay.
Name and date of birth.
So, obviously, I just got here, so I know nothing about it. Can I tell me
I don't know
about?
anything either. Like,
So-
I'm in the same boat as you.
Okay. So you came to Walmart. You said, why did you come to Walmart
I
again,
came
sir?
to Walmart because I needed to buy some hair clippers. Mine are gone.
Okay.
They're breaking, so I need new ones. You can tell I haven't shaved or cut my hair in a little bit.
I gotcha.
And to get some food for the day. It's my one day off. I came up here, get some food. This is the closest Walmart. I'm just trying to get my shit and go home.
Yeah.
And I'm being detained.
Okay.
I got a daughter, so yeah, I was back in the toy section looking at toys because I always think about what I can get for it.
Yeah.
But like, this is ridiculous.
Where do you live at, sir?
I live over.
Okay. All right.
When I typed in Walmart, this is the first one it took me to.
Would make sense. Okay.
Like,
So
you guys got video of me doing all this, or you just detaining me on hearsay? Like, I don't understand.
I don't know. I'm not the main officer. I'm just here to make sure that you didn't try to run away.
At you,
I
I'm just
understand.
frustrated.
I understand.
I apologize for my tone sometimes, but
It's okay. It's just the allegations are pretty large allegations, so we're just trying to
And-
either dispel or prove the allegations, and if they're dispelled,
isn't that
or,
what court's for?
well,
Not the side
we-
of the road? Like, this is embarrassing.
Okay. Well, otherwise you would just immediately be going to jail. So we can either attempt to conduct the investigation now, or go off of what we're told and arrest you, and then you would go to court.
So hearsay's enough to arrest somebody.
It's enough to detain you, but you're saying that you.
I didn't do anything.
you
I
feel
didn't
like-
touch anybody. I didn't do
Yeah.
nothing. I've done nothing illegal.
So anybody that you may or may not have touched was accidental if you did touch them.
I haven't come in contact with anybody, period.
But
I
when
don't
we,
like bumping into people. I don't like crowds. I didn't rub up against anybody. I did not come in contact with anybody.
okay.
They,
But we have a complaint saying you did. That's why
Okay,
we're
and they-
investigating it.
maybe somebody bumped into them and they turned around and saw me or something and got the wrong guy, but like, I didn't touch anybody.
Okay.
And
So-
I need you guys to prove that, or please let me go. Like, I didn't touch anybody. I didn't do anything illegal here. There's no reason for. I mean, there's reason. There's concern. I get that.
So, I mean, I will say though, the cameras are back there are pretty good. So if you're observed doing what they're saying, then obviously you're going to be placed under arrest. Okay. It just helps if you would come forth with it, and maybe we're able to help you out in some way. But if we find out that you're lying about it, we're just not going to work with you at all.
Like,
I mean, mistakes happen, and I understand that.
I get that. So what are we waiting on? Like,
Well, I'm waiting for the other officers to do whatever they have to do. I'm just trying to talk to you to figure out your point of view.
I'm confused. I don't understand. I just got grabbed up in the store.
Okay. Who? I got you. What are you on parole for, sir?
I'm on supervision still for sexual assault.
Okay. All right. And
It's gonna make you guys go nuts. I already know.
what, sir? Okay. Who is your parole officer?
Karen Hunter, I believe is her name. It's bounced around so many times.
Karen Hunter.
Yes.
And is her phone number in your phone, or do you know it by heart?
I don't know it by heart.
Is it in your phone so you're able to look at it and get it?
Yes, it's in my phone, but I'm not accessing my phone until I know what's going on. I'm not opening it up for you guys to go through. That's not happening.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm trying to get a phone number for you, which you're required to produce.
I'm required to produce a phone number?
For your parole officer, absolutely. You're on parole for sexual assault, and you're being accused of sexual assault right now.
Which is insane.
I agree. It absolutely is insane.
Which is insane.
Okay. If you're not willing to do that, then okay. I guess I'm also just.
I think there's a business card in there.
Okay, that's fine. I'm not going to touch your phone. I guess we just find it a little suspicious that you're odd too.
I know
that you're not willing to show us simple videos if they're not weird. If you're just,
I have my own rights. You know what I mean?
And I'm not saying.
And then every time I've had to deal with people, I've been locked up or thrown in CBCF or something. And
for a reason.
I didn't do it. No.
Yeah.
For a lie that happened in the beginning, but that's neither here nor there. The ruling came down. It is what it is. What we have to deal with is like every time I run into it, like I get pulled over for a traffic ticket. They run my ID. Next thing I know, there's 6 cruisers because of my past.
Okay. Well, Well, the cruiser thing is for their safety because they don't know who you are, what you're willing to do.
Identified, they bring in more. Like that's, you know what I mean.
Okay, yeah, but if you know how many times we've been killed for stuff
on a traffic light in a good neighborhood.
The neighborhood doesn't matter.
None of this ever happened until after.
Yeah, it's a huge safety concern, sir.
I understand, sir.
Okay.
I was military.
It's just if they were simple videos of you recording product so you could remember what they were or whatever it may be, like I wouldn't have an issue showing officers that because it would immediately dispel our suspicions.
You've also never been on the end where you get bullied and steamrolled, so
that's why I'm trying.
I would rather, if anything is going to happen at all, there be lawyers present, the right channels, everything.
That's why we're trying to help you out here to prevent that.
You know what I mean? That doesn't help me.
Okay. Because if they see on camera that you're recording and it appears
that's not illegal.
You're not letting me talk. Okay,
yes,
all right.
I'm sorry.
I'll stop talking.
He was charged with pandering obscenity involving a minor. They obtained a search warrant for the phone, and dozens of lewd videos were found from Walmart and local parks.